48 years ago, on a bridge in Selma, Alabama, a place that very few people knew about in this country, black and white, Catholic and Christian and Jewish people decided to take on Jim Crow in one of his most vicious forms, that was denial of voting rights. The 15th Amendment in 1870 had said that no one could deny or abridge anyone of the right to vote. Nearly 100 years later, that right was still denied throughout the South through literacy tests, people being forced to read the Constitution backwards, through poll taxes, people having to pay to vote, through grandfather clauses that had been implemented years ago, and through all forms of intimidation, violent intimidation.
I was given the orders to follow. One of the men told me, stand up straight against that wall with your eyes looking directly toward me and repeat the preamble of the United States of America.
And people decided that America's flag was wrinkled with injustice and it needed to be straightened out. And so they gathered their courage, they met at a church, and then they began to march.
And it wasn't only African Americans, it was Caucasians, it was people of all ethnic groups. And they understood they was on a mission to cross that bridge.
On that day, Bloody Sunday, they were beat. Blood was shed, young people, children, elderly people.
For them to endure the brutality of the sheriff of Selma, Alabama at that time, for them to endure his sticks and the dogs and the water holes, and think about all the people that was killed.
They were beaten until they were beaten back, but they were not beaten down. And instead of the blood causing them to run, their blood inspired other people to run to Selma. They marched in March. And by the summer, Congress was voting on a Voting Rights Act. There were many votes against it, but justice prevailed.
So many people died for us to vote, fought for us to vote, gave their lives for us to vote. And if we aren't able to vote or we don't vote, we're doing them an injustice. We're doing our ancestors an injustice.
People need to wake up. We also need to be the ones that wake people up, because we're reverting back to the fights that we had before the passage of the Voting Rights Act in 1965.
The fact of the matter is, everything they won on that bridge 49 years ago is under attack.
That's right.
These people, they actually died for us. They actually died to protect what we're fighting for now. We're fighting for voter rights. We're fighting for equality. But you can never forget the struggle.
If they marched then, if they fought then, if they pushed the nation forward then, we must resist the nation going backwards now.